And we're live. Hey, on the show today. You know, as usual, I'm AJ Williams. I don't know who's going to pop in, but we're going to talk about a little woman dealing with the cancer, some doctors. We're going to talk a little about some credit, how to get some business credit and business credit card, and a whole bunch of other stuff on the show. But that's when SHEcago Talks returns. Be right back.
Hey, this is AJ Williams, the media guy. Come learn how to financially secure and grow your estate right now and for the future. Tune in every Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. to SHEcago Talks, the Women's Wellness and Wealth Workshop, live on Facebook, SHEcago Talk page. Join the conversation. Present your products and services. Tell your story of wellness and wealth. We are waiting to hear from you. Leave a message on Facebook page, SHEcago Talks, or email us at SHEcago100@gmail.com. That's right, SHEcago 100@gmail.com. Remember, all women, all the time, hashtag shift the spotlight.
Well, welcome to the show. Do have to apologize. You know, again, I'm not in the studio. I'm out here in the field, so I'm roughing it. You know, I got to do the show. Got to do some family stuff at the same time. It's a struggle, but hey, gonna get through it. Gonna make it. Somebody will pop in. You know, it's an open forum. Come in, talk to us. A lot of stuff going in Chicago. I'm sure you guys got things you want to mention or say or whatever. One thing, you can give us a call if you want to get in, want the link, 312-686-4097. And I could, shoot you the link so you can come on the show. But you can always go on Facebook, SHEcago, or Facebook, Her World Media, or Chicago City on YouTube and drop a comment and so forth. And we could just chop it up. But I was looking around, doing some, just browsing here and there. And since the show is, or dealing with wellness and wealth, I thought we'll look at this one clip. I know it's dreadful, you know, but hey, we got to talk about it. We need to talk about it so that somebody can hear some tips that can save some heartache and save somebody's life. So this one is, they got some tips and going over some information about women's breast cancer. Let's listen in on that.
And Ms. Leilana Goodson, our program coordinator. Ms. Beulah, can you tell us a little bit about our organization and what services we provide, and also where are we located?
Absolutely. Some of the services we provide is our breast cancer education and awareness movement. It's a 12-week community health education training program that expands the economic opportunity for women in the medically underserved community across Chicagoland. The next one is our Sister Thriving Together, an outreach education and navigation program that increases access to and timely use of quality cancer screening services to eliminate unnecessary cancer death. The next one is our Survivor Day of Beauty, a community event for cancer survivors aiming to provide key information regarding survivorship. It's our Look Good, Feel Better program. The next one is our transportation that we provide to and from their treatment program. If we are not able to provide that program, we always will give a $25 gift certificate or gift card to make sure that our patient get to and from their appointment. And our last one is our support group. Fortunately, we have two groups this year. We have a 45 and under and a 46 and older.
Well, hey, that's kudos to sisters working it out. Again, if you get there and can't get back, they got a stipend to help you get there and get back. And they in the underserved communities. Uh, well, I believe they help anybody and everybody. So, and with that, with staying on the wealth thing, usually we have our friends from FOLA. The the teacher extraordinaire is not in at the moment, but hey, FOLA, they deal with the mental health and so forth in the deserved or underserved community. They are located at 8014 South Ashland. That's the Auburn Gresham, in between, going down to Roseland and Inglewood. So, hey, and that number over there for information, FOLA, is 773-487-4310. And tell them Maybeth White sent you. You heard her on the show, SHEcago Talks, always. And speaking of wellness and that, we got our extraordinary body care, Betty O'Day Spa. Yeah, we got some stuff coming up with that. I know. Just hold on, folks. I know you've been hearing me and Maybeth, the super teacher, talk about it. But hey, we're gonna put something together and do a powwow, go down and have some ongoing things. We just got to put it together, get it together, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Mark my word. Well, that's the Betty O'Day Spa. Give them a call, 773-752-3600. That's right. Betty O'Day Spa. Been in Chicagoland for over 30 years, taking care of African-American women, all type of women, but she specialized in helping the African-American skin. Now, she services everybody and anybody, but she really specialized in taking care of our sisters and our queens. Everybody else queen get taken care of, and it's just what it is. We get left out. So Betty Odom got together with the people in France and came up with some stuff and some formulas, and she helping us out. Well, hey, we got another specialist that's popped in, our artist / legal shield person and all that good stuff, running around the world, the planet, the Milky Way. I guess she's on, I don't know, she might be on some planet giving me a remote feed. I don't know if she's on Earth. Are you on Earth today? Earth Chicago?
Earth to Keila. Earth to Keila. Check in.
Yeah, I see you
I'm
out
on
there.
Earth, and I'm in Chicago, and I love Betty O. It is. They are the bomb, and self-care is really important. And I just came back from some self-care in Jamaica.
I didn't want to say it. I was going to let you bring up. I saw you in your spacesuit out there. I was like,
I had to get the exercise in,
Yeah, Yaman.
Yaman.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So you feeling all right? You're smiling and
feeling blessed, grateful, prosperous, and electric.
Oh, and your bag's probably packed because you probably finna run out again.
Not till August.
Not till August. Oh, we get to nail you down for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, outstanding. Well, that's Miss Kiela Upton. She's back on Earth with us for a while. She had some travels, but that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to see. We want some regular, interesting people. Well, regular people that are doing interesting things. And Miss Upton, the artist, she does it.
It's all my father's fault, if anybody asks.
Yeah. Blame it on your father.
Well, this is why, in a good way. he's always been about creating good trouble, as John Lewis says.
Oh yeah.
But what I think a lot of it also had to do with what he learned being in the civil rights movement, being a leader in the civil rights movement, and how important it was to expose us to other experiences. I'm sorry, I'm trying to sit down so my face is half in the picture. Exposing us to things that aren't always the norm. And so, not only museums and cultural experiences, but as a teenager, he started taking us to travel. Actually, I don't know if I ever shared this with you. As a 10-year-old, my parents sacrificed to save the money and sent me to France to live with a family for 3 weeks with my whole class. My school started adding languages when I was in third grade. And so 2 years after, they put together this exchange program, and we went to school for 3 weeks in France and lived with a family. So really at 10, it's still their fault. I still get to say it's their fault, but I feel so blessed and grateful that I had that opportunity. And it's what really started my desire to see other things. Like when you get a perspective that everything's not like where you live and how you live, as I'm sure you learned being in the military and all the places you've been, it just gives you a whole different perspective and value of what we have, who we are, and what the world has. Most people don't know in the United States who've never traveled, we only represent about 4 or 5% of the whole world. And the person I went to Jamaica with, it was the first time they have ever had a passport and traveled out of the country as an adult. And it was just my eye opening for that person. So
ain't you the big mentor, the worldly mentor, huh?
Well, I just say, hey, you want to go? You raise your hand, you say, yes, we go.
I need a mentor like that to take me out of town, man. Must be nice.
Well, it was actually a blessing to me. I didn't take them, but I took them on other levels,
Right.
We connected with, I'm sorry, I'm getting all kind of notifications. I have a vision and a dream for my life that I have friends in every country of the world. And I'm getting there. Can you believe one time I was in Cuba with my son? His school did a trip to Cuba for the youth that wanted, and they raised money to pay for half the trip for the students, for each student, to make it easier for the parents to afford.
That's a heck of a place to be. Cuba.
It still exists. Oh yeah, and the school still does this. So we went there in 2016, and oh Lord, what was I about to say about it? It was something else I was about to say.
I know,
about
so
going
many
to
mixing
Cuba.
all them trips up.
But my son was only, 26. He was only in 7th grade. Can you imagine in 7th grade to have an experience like that? Your whole world, it's like.
Because you know what, in 8th grade, I took early involvement, some Spanish. So if I would have got to take a trip somewhere, and that might have been great to because as I got older, taking Spanish at Corliss High School, I had a chance to possibly win to go to Mexico, be an exchange student, but I got caught up in Moctezuma's revenge, and I was like, don't drink the water. It makes you have diarrhea all day and all that. I said, no. And then I always saw on TV those Mexican jails where they hook up tourists and innocent people. And I'm like, I don't want to go there.
Well, you know what? Fear is definitely, it has value, and it also keeps us from expanding. It has a dual role. And I had an opportunity when I was in art school. When I graduated, I would go up to the Career Center and look for jobs or gigs or, contracts for people who want to hire artists. And there was this one someone had sent from a school in Kenya. They were looking for an art teacher. They were going to pay me a salary. They would fly me home twice a year. And I forget something else. And the stipend was good. I had no children. I was not married. But fear took over. I was like, oh, I don't know anybody. Oh, if I go by myself, what could happen? And on some level, that could be true. But I also regret that to this day. This day.
I might have regretted, but it's so funny. Then when I get in the Army, I take basic training at Fort Bliss. I could pay a quarter to go walk right over the border to Juarez, Mexico.
There you go.
I was spending half my time, my 6 months in Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas. I spent my time off. I was down in Mexico. I tell all the kids when I worked at I do some work at schools. Hey, I'm a Black Mexican. I'm from Juarez. It's my body. Oh man, Mr. Williams ain't no Black Mexican. I said, what? Man, you better go read history books.
Yes.
No, they not related to me, but it's Black Mexicans. I said, and then I had to explain to them, I could just have a citizenship. I could still, if I got a citizenship, I could call myself a Mexican. And I happen to be.
Speaking of that, there's actually a book by a photographer. And there was a whole exhibit at the National Museum of Mexican Art. Plus, there are still a couple photos in a permanent exhibit at the Natural History Museum, because I worked on that exhibit in college. The book was called El Legado Africano, the African Legacy in Mexico. Okay. And I remember when I went to Mexico, my husband went to Mexico for the first time. We all went as a family. And when he saw a Black, what he perceived, he thought it was a Black American guy, had a big old fro. And then he walked up to him and they spoke and he said, how you doing, my brother? And he did his hand like, my husband was like,
what?
He had never experienced that before. And that's what I mean by when we travel, it just opens your mind.
But they got a town down in Mexico where they got a statue from, I guess, from like the 1800s, this whole little town in Mexico. And it's a little town by the shore too, probably by the Gulf somewhere. It was all Black. They dedicated to, I forgot the name of the town. I should have took notes.
It's a whole area along the coast called the Costa Chica in Guerrero State.
Is that what Costa
I don't know
Chica.
that name of the specific town, but there's a variety of towns.
Yeah, and they got statue and they got, because I know people. I was actually watching what's the guy on Channel 11?
Rick Steves or whatever his name is.
Yeah, one of them, and it was talking about that because they was talking about the cuisine. So I was like, wow.
Well, our history, our ancestral history, has footprints all over the world. In just about every country, in Italy, Mexico, all over Africa, of course, in even Irish. There are Black Irish.
I tell you some of I was studying when I started reading the Bible. I got to, and the word Stewart. Somebody's last name is Stewart.
Spell it with S-T.
It could be Stuart, Steuwart, but the word Stewart, that meant they called you that you was dark.
Really?
Yeah, that last name Stewart, they called King James. I know people. King James was called the dark boy. His mother is Queen Anne from Denmark. She was a Black woman.
Well, look at this whole series that I have to admit I got sucked into and watched every episode. That folk, now they got a whole Bridgerton experience, but look at that whole thing. You had a queen in England who was Black. She was ruling the land because her husband was losing his mind.
Ain't that something?
She was the power.
Yeah. And it's something we got to go behind and make entertainment tell stories. Well, I guess that goes back to historical stuff. We used to do it through dance and and pictures on the wall, I guess. So we just we have cultivated our artistic expression, as one would say. So
Well,
yeah, I
I'm
guess so.
loving that.
Yeah,
I'm all in that.
you all in there. I never really considered myself an artist. I just like to do media stuff,
Did you know
Shoot.
that's a creative thing?
Yeah.
You might not think of it in that
Yeah,
way.
I never thought of that, just
Well, I want to give anyone who's listening now in live or in the recording a good challenge to just sit for a minute or ask other people around you if there's anything you do that's creative. Because we don't always think of the things we do as creative. Just like you were saying, you didn't think you do media, you didn't think about it. It is. Maybe they do nails or they DJ or they footwork or, they draw. I will tell you, and I'm not trying to shift the conversation, but part of my cohort of this fellowship I mentioned to you before, I'm doing um, about my project. One of the men has an organization helping, oh God, what is the name of the organization? It's down in Broward County, Florida. And it's basically to advocate for better conditions for um, the treatment of prisoners in jails there, as well as there's some other advocacy work they do and organizing that they do.
Broward County
Broward
is
County is like Fort Lauderdale
yeah,
and that
yeah.
kind of
But
area.
it's one of those county that I think it's they got a lot of a big African American population and it's underserved down there because I always hear somebody mentioning Broward County. When even though I think I was watching Cops, I remember Broward County. I was like, oh, it must be a lot of us that stayed down there in Broward County.
I don't know where all of Broward County covers because I've been down to, what do you call it, Fort Lauderdale a lot, but I'm assuming it covers more than just Fort Lauderdale.
Oh yeah. It got the wards. It got the, like the Fifth Ward boys and from Houston. The Fifth Ward is a part of probably the county down there, but that certain ward is us.
I'm trying to get the name while we're talking of his organization because I want people to know about it because I think the work they're doing is really, really. I'm about to tell you in a second. It's really important. And the thing that he said to me was his name is Mark Decarcerate Broward Coalition is what it's called. But wait, that's not the name of the website. The website's called something else. But that's his project, Decarcerate Broward Coalition. And Chainless Change, that's what it's called. Chainless Change. And they are based in Fort Lauderdale. But one of the things he said to me, we all got together. There's 8 of us all around the country. We got together in one place and we each shared about our different projects we're working on. When I shared about mine, there were 2 things he said. One is because we intentionally want to involve and include people with disabilities in our project, as well as since it's the arts. And he said to me, do you know 50% or more of people who are incarcerated have disabilities, whether they may have had them before, mental or physical. They may have had them before they were incarcerated or they developed them because of their incarceration. And then he said, people in jail learn arts while they're there. They learn to draw, they learn to paint, they like teach themselves, and sometimes they have classes, but it becomes a form of earning money for them in jail. And I said,
I had a guy tell me that some dude paid me for drawing pictures for them.
Of his family, right?
I was like, okay.
And I did a mural years ago at the Sutherland Hotel over in Bronzeville, Chicago. So there's a mural in there that we did, a collaborative mural, like 4 artists. The one artist who painted all the portraits of the famous jazz singers, he said he learned portrait painting in jail. Yeah, but anyway, we're getting off track a little bit. But the reason
This is what this whole show is, an open forum to share ideals, products and services. Well, sometimes to get to products and services, you need an ideal.
Absolutely.
Like I know you got a business, I got a business, but this next clip I want to show, this young lady has some tips on how you can use your Sam Club to have a business card. So I'm going to show that right quick.
Show me, please.
Yeah.
The reason why I use the thumbnail $8 to 8,000 is because right now Sam's Club is actually running a special on their business membership. Okay, so let me just backtrack a little bit for those of you who are new to my channel. One of the easiest ways that you can build your business credit or build trade lines for your business is also applying for a Sam's Club business credit card, right? In order to apply for the Sam's Club business credit card, you have to have a Sam's Club membership. All right. And for those of you guys who are saying this is not the business membership, yes, it is. This card is actually new. The green card was the older card, but this is their newer version of the membership, right? For the business membership, right? And right now, because the 4th of July is coming up, they're running a special where you can get a business membership for only $8. Typically, it's usually, I believe, like $40, $45, and they also have a $100 annual plan. Okay, you just pay that once for the year. And right now they have a special where you either just pay $8 for the $40 plan or $63 for the $100 plan, right?
Wow.
Okay, I'm going there this weekend.
Yeah, see,
because I was gifted a Sam's Club membership, but it's not a business membership for $8. That's
I wasn't even gonna deal with Sam's Club. I said I don't buy all that stuff. What I need that for? But now, actually, as we speak, I'm dealing with a lady that's gonna put my business stuff together and help me piece my credit so I can go in and I can go in there and write a check for $500 or $1 million so I can shoot a movie or something. So, I got this EIN number and I'm not using it. I'm not getting the gist of it out of it. So
once you've had it for 2 years, it's my understanding there's a lot more you can do with it too. I'm going to have to go online and see about what they want, what they need. Because I used to have an EIN, but this new entity we haven't formed yet. And because you're creative people by nature, by virtue of conducting business, whether you're consulting, whether you're selling your stuff, whether you're doing what you're doing. Right now, you're a business. You're just a sole proprietor. Right. You are not
but I'm
incorporated.
I know you. LLC.
Well, I'm saying this for the people listening because some people don't realize. Yes, if you get paid $10.99, personally, you're a business.
You're a business, right?
And I just am curious what Sam's Club requires. That's all for you to bring, or do you just need your business card?
I don't know. I'm gonna go check it out too because I need to get some business lines so I can go get some other money when I want to borrow and shoot some trailers and all this. So I need to get hot on that. So
okay, what are you working on? What you working on shooting? I know we don't have much time left, but
I got time. This is my time. The internet is. I can stay on here all day. Well, I'm working on to shoot these the women news and sports and so one's going to be a report like a news format shows and the other ones are going to be talk format like we doing now. But I want to do them on a grand scale to fit TV and cable and so forth. So these are all my prototypes doing my podcast.
Okay.
I want to look just like NBC, ABC News.
Okay. So all right. I look forward to seeing it. It all starts right there.
Yeah.
And you're already doing it.
And at the end of the day, I want to be like, have a Netflix set up where you want to you see any woman's entertainment, sports, whatever, sports talk show, sports news show, women business news show, business women talk show. You would go to HerFlex TV and
HerFlex. I like that because nothing like that exists that I know of.
No, they got stuff here but no one is just geared towards the female image. And I see a gap, but the world doesn't, because they like it's really not important.
It's like a TV station for women, not
Yeah.
for women, but the content is all about women.
I want it to be all about women. Just like why I'm on here now, I really don't want to be. I just want to be behind the scenes. I want somebody to take this over, be the anchors, and be the president, and be the spokesperson. I just want to be behind the scenes. The check goes to me, to my company, and I pay everybody.
Well, I'll be your arts and community development anchor.
And that's what I need. That's why I need to get this business so I can pay, because I want to pay people to do it.
I like how you think.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get things done. You move. You got money. People move.
True. True.
So yes. So hey, well.
Speaking, I just wanted to ask you though, because I do have to jump off in a minute as well. But you brought up women's in sports, and I'm just still left with the image of the black female basketball player that's still being held in Russia. Yeah. That bothers me.
Yeah. I was like, well, what's all that about? Why they on her like that? I mean, what's really,
And I'm just wondering, are they trying to position it so that she's a pawn for them to negotiate around this war?
I hope it don't go like that. That's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, I hope not.
That's gonna be really ugly, and that's nothing.
Well, I know you know more about that than I do.
Well, I know it's ugly to be behind in another country,
and not know what your future holds.
She might be more comfortable than I would be, because I think she was playing ball over there, and I still don't. I mean, the whole country, you don't know that language down pat. You don't know the neighborhoods. It's too much trickery, Too much. I guess I ain't gonna lie. I just a scary cat. It's not my world, I tell people, I could have stayed in the military and been overseas. No, I like America. I mean, no, America hasn't taken care of me right or anything, but this is out of the worst crap games, evil. I'd rather be here in America. I kind of know my way around the crap game a little bit.
Well, you can go out anywhere you want in the world and come back. Especially in Chicago, you can come back in the summer. I'm planning to be gone in the winter. So,
and you know what? And that's what I was telling somebody. I really don't want to go to Jamaica during June and July and August. I want to go to Jamaica in December, January, and February.
I asked my friend, why are you trying to go to Jamaica in June? That's not the time to go. You go when it's cold.
But it's cheaper though.
No, it's not. It's cheap. Not? It's cheapest in January. I just learned that.
Now, see, I always thought, because everybody's going to, all the big wigs go down there when it's cold. So I'm thinking it's the most.
Some of the winter months, but January is actually the least expensive. I have a girlfriend who puts a trip together every year for the last 7 years. She goes to a few different a music festival, and then they do some outings. She puts together a trip in January specifically because it's so low. Another friend of mine who is Jamaican told me the best time to go is January, for the cost of the airfare is the lowest. And I will tell you, a lot of people go to Jamaica in June to get married at different places, the all-inclusives and stuff. I'm not even going to tell you what the airfare cost was to go in June. It was outrageous.
I know.
It was outrageous.
My buddy's little brother got married and invited us all. I was like, what?
When you saw the airfare,
airfare was like, man, what? I'm like, I'm just gonna have to work a whole year, give my money up to watch a wedding.
It was, and that didn't include your accommodations. That was just the airfare. Yeah.
Like, put it on Zoom. I wish I knew about it back then, and I'll watch it, and I just chime in, and while y'all dancing, I'll do the electric slide on Zoom, So yeah. Well, hey, I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay then. Well, I'm gonna go make dinner.
Some interesting earrings on today. I see you went down there and got some gold and diamonds.
No, they are fresh. They're colored freshwater pearls with a little, it's probably a little glass kind of
Yeah,
thing
look like
in the middle.
blue turquoise. Look like gold and rubies.
I'm going to receive that. I will
Yeah.
receive the gold and rubies also.
Yeah, I was like, well, she went down there and got gold in her ears, boy.
I have
That's
had
nice.
these for 15 or 20 years because I loved them so much. I had a matching necklace, but it broke.
Oh, well, they sure dangling today.
Well, thank you. All right. Well, have a great evening.
Thank you.
All right.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Hey, this is AJ Williams, the media guy. Come learn how to financially secure and grow your estate right now and for the future. Tune in every Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. to SHEcago Talks, the Women's Wellness and Wealth Workshop, live on Facebook, SHEcago Talk page. Join the conversation. Present your products and services. Tell your story of wellness and wealth. We are waiting to hear from you. Leave a message on Facebook page, SHEcago Talks, or email us at SHEcago100@gmail.com. That's right,